Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Fluent English 10. This is Elena, and today we're talking about something really important, overcoming the fear of speaking English. And joining me is my good friend Mike. How are you today, Mike?
Hi, Elena. I'm doing great, thanks. I'm excited to be here because this topic is something that affects so many people. Speaking English can feel scary, like when you want to talk, but the words just won't come out. Ever felt like that, Elena?
Oh yes, I know that feeling well. It's like your tongue is tied up in knots. So many people are too shy to speak English. But guess what? You can overcome that fear. Today, we're going to share some simple tips that can help anyone speak English more confidently.
That's right, Elena. Let's start with something everyone has heard before. Practice out loud. It's not enough to just think in English. You need to actually say the words. Your mouth needs to get used to the sounds, and your ears need to hear the words you're saying. What do you think, Elena?
Absolutely. Sometimes students only practice in their heads, and while that's good, it's not enough. Speaking out loud is key. You can do it anywhere, when you're alone, with friends, or even in an online conversation class. The more you speak out loud, the more natural it becomes.
And if you're shy, don't worry about making mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. The important thing is to keep practicing. Remember, the only way to get better is to practice. So even if you feel nervous, just start talking. You'll get better each time.
That's a great point. Another tip is to plan ahead and warm up. If you know you'll need to speak English, like in a meeting or a conversation, think about what you want to say beforehand. Practice a few key phrases. This way, when it's time to talk, you'll feel more prepared and less nervous.
Yes, Elena. Warming up is so helpful. It's like stretching before a workout. It gets your mind and mouth ready to speak. And if you're worried about forgetting what to say, it's okay to take a moment, pause, and think. Native speakers do this all the time. They say things like or ah when they're thinking. It's totally normal.
Exactly. Pausing with an or ah gives you a moment to gather your thoughts. It's a little trick that can make you feel more confident and keep the conversation flowing.
Another important thing is to build confidence by going back to basics. Sometimes people try to speak in very complex sentences because they want to sound smart, but that can actually make you more nervous. It's better to start with simple, clear sentences.
I agree, Mike. Simple is powerful. When you use basic phrases that you know well, you'll see that people understand you, and that builds your confidence. Once you're comfortable with simple sentences, you can start adding more complex ideas. But it's okay to start small.
Yes, and remember, even if you're at an advanced level on paper, it's okay to use basic sentences when you speak. The goal is to communicate clearly, not to impress people with big words.
That's so true. And here's another tip. Practice speaking in low-pressure situations. If you're shy, start by speaking English with people you trust, like friends or family. This way, you can practice without feeling judged.
That's a great idea, Elena. When I was learning, I practiced with my cousin. It was less scary because I knew he wouldn't laugh at me. Practicing with someone you know makes it easier to relax and focus on what you're saying.
Exactly. And another great way to practice is to use online conversation classes. They are fantastic because you can join discussions with other students, all from the comfort of your own home. Plus, no one can see if you're blushing. It's a safe space to practice and improve.
Yes, Online classes are great because you can practice speaking with a teacher and other students, and because the classes are small, you get plenty of chances to speak. It's convenient and effective.
And Mike, have you ever noticed how much easier it is to speak English after you've had a chance to warm up? Just saying a few phrases to yourself before you need to speak can make a big difference.
Absolutely, Elena. I often practice a few sentences before an important conversation. It helps me feel more confident and ready. It's like giving your brain a little jump start.
That's a great way to put it. And don't forget, it's okay to pause and think before you speak. If you're not sure what to say, a quick gives you a moment to gather your thoughts. Just don't rely on it too much, or it might become a habit.
Yes, pausing is natural. It shows that you're thinking about what you want to say. And remember, the person you're speaking to is probably more focused on what you're saying than on how perfectly you're saying it.
Another thing that really helps is celebrating small successes. Every time you speak English, even if it's just a little, you're making progress. Maybe you had a conversation with a friend, or you ordered food in English for the first time. Celebrate these moments and reward yourself.
That's right, Elena. Every step forward is a win. Keep a journal of your progress. Write down the new words you learn and the conversations you have. It's a great way to see how far you've come.
Did you reach a goal? Maybe treat yourself to something nice, like your favorite snack or a fun activity. It's important to recognize your hard work.
Sharing your successes with friends and family is also a great idea. They can give you encouragement and support, and it's always nice to have someone to celebrate with.
Now, let's talk about one last thing: consistency. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Even if it's just for a few minutes each day, regular practice is key to improving your English.
Yes, consistency is everything. Practice a little bit every day, and over time you'll see big improvements. It's like learning to play an instrument. The more you play, the better you get.
And don't forget to keep it fun. Find ways to enjoy the process. Maybe watch your favorite shows in English, listen to music, or read a book. When you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work.
Exactly, Elena. Learning English should be an enjoyable journey. So keep practicing, stay positive, and most importantly, have fun with it.
Remember, everyone, overcoming the fear of speaking English is possible. With practice, patience, and a positive attitude, you can become a confident English speaker.
Thanks for joining us today, Elena, and thanks to all our listeners. If you have any stories or successes to share, we'd love to hear from you.
Keep practicing, stay positive, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every step you take is progress. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, and happy learning.
If you found this video helpful, then you definitely need to check out our next video titled How to Start Thinking in English. Click here now to watch it.